Gold being a transitional metal, it alloys very easily with just about everything. So that's why it's so hard to refine it and get it pure. There's a lot of ways that you can refine gold and get it pure, and it's a lot of ways that it can get messed up. For every way there is to refine it and get it pure, there's thousands of ways for each way for it to mess up. Um, let's get to some of this stuff that I'm trying to show you as circuit boards. Okay, we've got some things here like IC packages. Um, these have gold bonding wires where the chip is. Really nice, nice to work with. I like these a lot. Um, gold plated pins. Of course, it's visible gold. People, they really like seeing that gold when they look at a piece. They go, "Oh wow, that's a lot of gold." Actually, there's a lot more gold in these IC packages, though. People don't know that. You can't see the gold. You can't see it with your naked eye. A lot of people have no idea that there's gold in these things. A lot more gold in this stuff than it is on this stuff. Um, all of these packages, even the very small ones down here, these little ones here, have gold. Um, there's also silver and palladium in these. Silver and palladium to me is a problem. I don't like it, but I collect it. Eventually, someday, I'll have enough that I'll refine it and sell it. I like working with the gold more because it's the noble metal that everybody loves. It's really visible and beautiful to look at, and um, just nice to hold in your hand. Okay, these little things are oscillator chips. Anybody that ever owned a CP or knows what a Citizens Band radio is knows that these things right here was what your channels were. So if you had a 19 channel CB, uh, you have one of these for each channel. You had 19 of these in the radio. Each one had its own frequency, and when you switched channels, you switched to one of these or to the other, to the other. These have a crystal inside. It's a ceramic glass crystal. It could be even quartz. The older ones were made of quartz. That's why they were just referred to as crystals, because it actually had a crystal inside. The crystal has a plating on both sides that is either pure silver or pure gold, one of the two. And oscillator chips are nice if you have a 5-gallon bucket full to work with. I like those as well. Save these. Eventually, you'll collect enough to work with. Another component to save are these tiny tan chips here. They're tantalum capacitors. Um, these tiny ones are tiny examples. I've seen them get as big as the end of your thumb. So they get really big. They're in a lot of different shapes, and there's a lot of different types. So yeah, you need to learn all the types, the different types of tantalum capacitors there are. It's not worth as much as silver, but it's worth a lot more than copper. So it's I think um, the one guy that I sell mine to gives um, like $10 a pound for these, just like they are. If you collect them, cut them off the boards, whatever, collect them up, get a good lot of them, and sell them to him. He gives like $10 a pound for those. Or if you incinerate and just get the pellets and the chips out of them, I think he gives $25 a pound for just the tantalum itself, which is not bad. You know, if you're collecting it anyway. If you're having to deal with the stuff, I depopulate the whole board when I'm dealing with them anyway. So I don't play around. Someday, eventually, I plan on having a copper parting cell made up to reclaim the copper itself out of these traces off the board. So, you know, for me, it's none of it's trash. Every bit of it is going to be recycled. The only thing that's going to be left out of it is going to be the fiberglass board. So for me, it's all money in some shape or form. Another board off the same piece of equipment with different components. This is tantalum capacitors. Again, something to be saved, collected, till you have enough of them. IC packages, like I was talking about before. Almost the same as the memory chips, not quite the same. Same type of concept. Still got gold bonding wires in it. These are nice to process. This little round thing here is a transistor. It can also be a thyristor. Looks like a silver top hat. The legs will be gold plated, and there's gold plating underneath. You take that silver cap off, and there's going to be gold plating underneath the cap. I use diagonal pliers and just squeeze it. It pops, the top pops off with a little help. Also, now I'm going to have boards like these that have gold traces over the whole board. Now, this is a HP board. It's I have some military test equipment that I've acquired some time back. I still got a lot of this stuff to do. This is the same type trace I was talking about before. It's going to have copper on the bottom next to the board. It's going to have that nickel barrier, and then it's gold over the nickel. Now these particular ones, for some reason, one side is the bare gold trace, and on the other side they've covered it with this solder. This solder is high silver solder, but you know, I can't tell you why they have to cover these traces on the back side with that solder. I mean, I just I couldn't tell you. I've never asked anyone the reason why, and nobody's ever offered, so I couldn't tell you. These boards like this and the fingers off the other boards is going to be processed in AP. AP is acid peroxide. A better description would be copper chloride. The AP process works very well to remove gold foils off of boards and off of fingers. Memory sticks. You can use AP for the whole stick. I do. That's the way I process them. That gets all the gold out of the out of these little holes. You know, you got memory sticks. It's got through holes. It's got a little gold knob on the end on the through hole, and AP gets all that off. First, I'll soak boards of this type. It's got this silver solder on the back and hydrochloric to remove the solder. Then I'll rinse them in water, and then it'll go into AP. AP will dissolve the copper. under the traces and the nickel, and leave me with nice gold foils to refine and get the gold out of those foils. Um, PCI card from a computer. This is a modem board. Um, Peripheral card. It's a fingerboard, and it's got these nice gold fingers. Um, Most people just cut the fingers off and process them separately because they're so easy. Um, you have the gold that's in the plug-in here. Plus you have flat packs. You have these ICs. It's nice. You got one of these oscillating chips, one of these crystals. These are tantalum capacitors, these two orange colored ones. Then you got these MLCCs here, these little ones. It looks like little bricks. That's multi-layered ceramic capacitors. Those have palladium and silver. You need to collect those up. Think 1 pound of these yields 3 ounces of silver and 1 ounce of palladium metal. So you got to save those up. You know, all this stuff is saved and processed. Um, Flat packs. Flat pack chips got legs on all 4 sides. Uh, these are just like the ICs, incinerated with bonding wires in there. Okay, this will be part 2. I'll be back momentarily.